Good morning, everybody. I've finally got time to do the program for you for making you stronger and staying younger. And this was a program specifically designed for women, maybe 30, 40 years ago, and it is still really relevant today. And I'm going to take you through the 8 exercises, and then we're going to move on to something else. And with the 8 exercises, you do 2 sets of 8 of each of them with a 30-second stop between. And you do it to a count of 3. So you want to do it slowly. You don't want to use momentum to get the work going. So the first in the series is what we have done before, is coming into a standing position from being seated without hopefully using your arms. If you need to use your arms, then please do those to start off with. But if you feel strong enough not to, then you don't use them. You're on the edge of the chair. We cross the arms and we count each one 3 times. I've got my dog Nero helping me as well. So you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that's 2, 3, 4. You would have to use your glutes and thighs and feet to come up. 6, 7, 8, and we stop. Have a rest. Now, while you're resting, notice how I did it, that I wasn't leaning forward when I was doing the work. I was trying to stay upright. So the next 8, I'm going to do on the side. And you need to have those knees tracking the middle toes, so we come down. And we go again on the edge of the chair. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the coming down slowly that's really important, so that getting that control over the muscles. The next one is working the quadriceps and the hamstrings. And this used to be done with weights around the ankles. And when I tried to get them initially, it's really hard to get weights for ankles these days. It's not really what is designed for people to exercise. So a resistance band is really good. Now, if you have any issues with your muscles aren't working, then we can just do it as a balance. We just have we'll start with the right leg, our hand on the chair, and we're weighting that left side. We breathe in, we take our foot back, it's to 90 degrees, and then we slowly just touch down, breathing in and breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Have a rest. And we're going to swap sides before we do the other side. So you'll notice when I'm doing it, I'm not swaying forward. I'm just trying to take that leg back. If you don't want to hold the chair, you don't have to hold the chair. You can use it as a balance as well. Okay, so let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5. So if you're doing a balance, make sure you're really focused on a point in front. 6, and lifting tall, not dropping down to that joint. 7, 8. Have a rest. So if you wanted to try it, you've got these resistance bands, which are very cheap in Kmart, or they used to be. You might have one that you've got from the physiotherapist. Don't worry about the strength of it. Don't want it too strong to start off with. And to do this, you want to make sure it's not going to come undone. We put it around both, one around the ankle. Oh, so let's do both around the feet actually, and we take it back. So 1, and you find it's much stronger. 2, 3. So your whole body has to work a little harder. 4, make sure you've got that pelvic neutral, pelvic area. 5, 6. Really nice and slow and smooth. 7, 8. You might find you do need a hand for balance because it's much stronger. We have a rest. Let the body know when it's done and feel the pressure that you've worked with your feet. And then we work the other side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. You can see even I'm having a little bit of effort required. This is a middle resistance band from the Kmart series. 7 and 8. You can see using those hands a little bit really it helps you with that driving action. So you can try that as well. Okay, we have a rest. The next one, we can just sit down, and again, you can work with resistance. We'll do it without resistance first. You can be right in the back of the chair, or if you can be upright, forward. And all we do is we take the foot off. So 1, don't lean back. So that's why being in the back of the chair helps you keep your stability. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Stop, have a rest, going to the other side. I'm not going to do it with resistance yet, so next try again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 2. Come right back so you can actually see in this instance, I'm just touching my toes. I'm keeping the muscles active all the time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release, have a rest. My glasses. So you can do it with resistance. You have it on the back of the chair, your foot, or ankle on the belt, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've actually got it wound a bit around my foot so I can bring it up a little higher. 5, 6, around it. 7, around my foot. 8, and you can really feel how you've worked a lot harder with the muscles. You have a rest. It's swap sides. And again, move it around, twist it, just a little bit around the foot so that it's not going to flick off. Make sure I'm upright, and we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you lift it on the exhalation, you'd find you're really engaging these abdominal muscles as you lift. 7, 8. I'll just do one more. And we release. We've got one more to do. And that's a side movement. So, again, if you needed to keep your balance, you would hold a chair. You put the belt on your feet. You want to keep upright on one side. And it's always good just to have that base so you don't do this movement when you try and stay upright. So you're holding. We won't use the belt to start off with. 1, 2. We're doing that count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Have a rest. Put your foot in the belt. I don't know whether you can probably see it. I put it in the belt. Just move the chair here. Lift your stool still. 1, so it's much harder. 2, 3. And again, if you do it on the exhalation, 5. You'll find that you've engaged more deeply the stabilizing muscles, so you stay upright and strong. We have a rest, take the foot out, and we go to the other side. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Have a rest, slip your foot in the belt if you'd like to work a little bit harder. So you've got the foot grounded, the belt is under the right foot and under the left foot, so it stays stable with that right. And we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can see I can't lift anywhere near as high with this resistant belt. 3, 4, trying to stay upright. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. So we've done a lot of work here. Get rid of the belt. Let's move to our arms now. So we want to have a little bit of weight with the arms. And if you didn't want to have weights themselves, everybody has, or might have, you may not have canned tomatoes or things like that. You could use a canned tomato. It's quite a nice size to hold. 400 grams, it's a good starting point. And then some have lids on them. You could even keep the can and put something else in there to make it heavier, like pebbles or, yeah, pebbles would do it. And you could change the weight, but you could start with the lower weight. The first movement that we have, and I've got 2 of equal weight here. So you want to make sure it's equal weight, bicep curls. So we start with the hands, arms down, and the palms are facing up. We breathe in And we breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just stop this for a moment. All right, so we go back to those curls, same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm standing sideways. You can see I'm not moving my body at all. Sometimes 7 might even be good to be by a wall so that you know that you are staying upright. We have a rest. So I'm going to move into a heavier weight. And again, I'll do it standing. We're holding now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Have a rest again. The next one we push up. It's a overhead bicep, so these are really great to, it also strengthens into the shoulders as well. We start with our weights just at shoulder height, elbows down, and we bring them together. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest. Try the next weights. 1. So you can see I'm not really straightening my arms. There's always a slight bend. And I can even see from our screen that, and I know I am anyway, I'm definitely weaker on my left side. So I'm really trying to balance up. It's really good if you can do it in front of the mirror so you can actually see how you're going with it. Lost count, so I'll just do one more. We release, have a rest. So the next one is a upward row, and I'm just going to hold, these are quite heavy weights that I'm working with at the moment. I'm just going to hold it on either side. And same thing with the cans. The palms are down, this time near the body, and we pull back. So I'll do the first 8 with the cans. So 1, and you see my elbows are not going any higher than my shoulders. I don't want to overstrain any joint. I'm really trying to activate all of the muscles. 6, 7, 8. I'll put those down and we'll go into our heavy weight. I'm just going to use one of these. We start down. 1. So coming up to chest line. And again, make sure you're not doing this or doing this. Really bad at the back. Upright. And again, you might find exhaling on the lift helps to stabilize your body. Nice and slow. See, I've even started to go a little bit faster. 7 and 8. And we have a little rest. And now we're going to work with, go just back to the legs for a minute, and we're going to work with balancing on our toes. So you can do it in front of a chair, you can do it against the wall, However you feel comfortable. Once you feel really good with that, and you know that you're not rolling your ankles in and out, then you can start doing it freestanding. But remember, we want to do it nice and slowly. So we're going, we'll do it again, we do 8 of each one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Have a rest. So against the wall is really keeping you upright, making sure that you don't move. You might even want to use the cans to increase the load. So you're making yourself heavier. So I've got the weights in either hand, and I'm just going to let my back run up and down that wall. 1, 2. Or if you don't need the wall, you just slowly come up. 3. Keep a slight bend in the arms. 4. 5. You can really feel those calves working. 7 and 8. So repetitions and then increasing it with a weight really gets them to work much more. Alrighty, so that's the 8 sequence. And then it's recommended after that, you do that, you go for a walk, and it's a really good way to increase the heart rate is to try and walk briskly for 2 minutes and then just slow down for 2. And you do that for a few weeks, and then you might start going briskly for 3 and slowing down for 1 or 2. So trying again to increase the work of the heart and getting the muscles activated. So you can see it doesn't take very long to do that work on a daily basis. With control, you'll find you will get stronger. Unfortunately, women, once we've gone through menopause and that change of hormones, we lose our muscle mass and we have to work at it. Men don't have as much because they've got that testosterone going through their body, and they keep their muscle mass for much longer than we do. So lucky you, men. But women, you must keep working on it. Otherwise, you will have that risk of frailty and then struggling to stay upright, because that's what these muscles are for. The joints and the spine won't do it without this muscle mass. All right, so second stage, you can stop now or you can go on to the next stage. And this is more work on the arms, because I feel that the arms are such an important part of our body, and they get very, very weak because we don't tend to use weights. So our first one is a tricep dip. So this is trying to make this part of the arm nice and strong. You can do it on a chair, and we do 10 to 15 of them. I'm just going to do 10, again slowly, and I don't want any repetitions with these, it's just 10. Now, I'm going to do it on the edge of a chair, just to show you, you don't have to be right down on the chair. So I've got my legs out, my arms are back, and I've got to bend the elbows, and the elbows go back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying not to use those legs, pushing up with the legs. 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see I'm not Getting those elbows up by my ears, my shoulders up by my ears. 9, nice long neck. 10, I'm not dropping into that shoulder blade complex. Relax. That is really strong for your wrists. So while you're having a rest, before you do the next one, just a little bit of work with those wrists. You might even want to interlock and do some nice little movements around to get those muscles working, or pull away to different action, or you can even gently push the hand back. So you're pushing it towards you. That's also giving you a little bit of release in the shoulder blades. The second one is a presser, which is very similar to what we were doing before. So you can either do it on the chair or you can do it on the floor. But again, I'm going to show you on the table. So we're standing back. So my heels are just off the floor. You can't see them at that point. Maybe I need to come back a little. I do it against the wall. Elbows down. You can see my heels are off. I'm looking at the wall. I've got a slight bend in my elbows and I come forward. 1, 2, 3. So my hands are under my shoulders and I'm drawing my chest towards the wall. I'm not taking my head there. My chest is towards the wall. 5, 6. Remember, on the balls of your feet, not your heels. 7. Elbows go back. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the more upright you are, the less effort that's required, because gravity is only hitting a certain part of your body. If you're down on the floor and trying to push up off those heels, it's a lot stronger because you're horizontal and there's a lot more force going through every part of your body. So the better you get at it, the lower you go. So you can be against a wall, or a chair first, wall, table, chair, floor. Now you're getting stronger if you get all that way down. The next one is a tricep kickback. And here we have our arms in that abdominal line, and we just gently bring it back. Now you could do this on a chair or on your knees, but I find being on my knees can be a little bit uncomfortable. So you could do it on a chair if you wish, but you're trying to get this abdominal area working. So leaning forward and drawing back. I come this side. So 1. You must look forward, nice long neck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've done it with the lighter weights. The next one, we take it from this position over our head. Now, lying down is better for that because you're less likely to arch your back. And if you lift as you exhale over the head, then you're really going to keep that spine stable. So I'll just demonstrate it coming down. And I'll just lower this a little so that you can see. Here in the corner there. Sideways. So have some support. See me there? Yeah, I think you can. So arms are up and just come over the head. So nice strong back. We breathe in, breathe out. In, out. So you can keep the legs bent. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember, exhaling as you come over to keep that spine nice and stable. Remember, you can do 10 to 15. I'm just doing 10. So the next one, that was the tricep extension, is another alternative, standing. So as I said, just be wary when you are doing it standing that you keep a nice stable body. I'll just demonstrate the standing one. We start in that position and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keeping that elbows nice and strong, parallel, and 10. These are really great. Okay, next one, rowing. This time we're over, legs bent, and we want to keep that line. Arms are down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come up. Much stronger with heavier weights. And you'll know if your weights are too heavy, sorry. 1, 2, because you'll start to feel fatigued very quickly. We don't want to do any damage to that back, so really important you've got this zigzag shape of the body. Your ankles and knees are just a little bit out of line. The bottom is back. I bet we can see those feet. And we don't have really long locked arms, slightly bent. So when you come up, have it close to your body when they're heavier and then releasing. So last movement is a one-arm push-up. So I've tried this against the wall and I've also tried it on the floor. Against the wall, same as double arm push-ups. It's easier the more vertical you are. So with this one, we have one arm. Just turn it back again. Oh, no, I might come here because you'll be able to see I have one arm crossed. My other arm is pushing it on. I'm a little bit away from the wall. I don't have my arm completely locked and long. I have a slight bend in my elbow and my arm and body are in the same plane. So we push away, breathe in, exhale, push away, breathe in, exhale, push away. So you're using your arms to help you. So less effort on the wrists and you're only doing one side. So if you know one side is weaker than the other, you could do a little bit more repetitions on the weaker side. So changing it, other side, stepping away, we come towards the wall and push away. Exhale, push away, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 4, 5, 6. So I'm just tapping the wall with that right shoulder. 7, 8, 9, 10. We release, have a rest. I just demonstrated on the floor. Again, you want to have something under your body because it's quite hard. drop it down a little. Legs are bent, so I'm not putting strain on our back. Our top arm is the one that's working. We have our other arm crossed over and we come down. We push up. 1, 2. This is much stronger. 3, 4. So it's in alignment with the elbow. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is very hard on my hip. 9 and 10. So swapping over. I think I'm using the rose pillow for my hip this time. It's a little bit hard. Swapping over. Right hand down, left elbow in a line. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is quite a hard one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, not only is that working your arm, but it's really strengthening the lateral muscles. And they are very important for stabilizing the body as well. So I hope you enjoy those range of exercises. Keep strong, keep steady, keep working in your range of motion and be safe. Have a great morning and a great day.